Good day, everyone. We are the Group 6, and today we are going to discuss to you our assigned topic, which is the Module 6 entitled The Computer Security. The security problem in computing. So, gaya nating mga tao, ang computers or gadgets natin ay may problema din. Maliban sa ito ay luma na at hindi na nagfa-function, kadalasan about ito sa kanilang security na nagdudulot ng pagkasira at pagkanakaw ng mga files. At maaari ring gamitin ito ng ibang tao for cybercrimes. Computer facilities have been physically protected for the three reasons: to prevent theft of or damage to the hardware, to prevent theft of or damage to the information, and to prevent disruption of services. So, kapag na-secure natin ang computer, may iwasan natin na manakawan ng information or masiraan ng hardware. Kung ayaw natin na manakawan or masiraan, we need to secure our computers or networks. So, sino nga ba ang gustong manakawan, di ba? Lalo na if we put much effort sa files na yon. And kapag na-secure natin ang ating computers, it is hard for the attackers na i-access ang system na nakauudlot ng activities or transactions na ginagawa natin. The concepts of computer security. Computer security. It is sometimes refers to as cybersecurity or IT security, prevention of unauthorized actions by users of a computer systems. It concerned with the measures we can take to deal with intentional actions by parties behaving in some unwelcome fashion. From the word itself, computer security refers to securing computers against untrusted and harmful activities by the attackers in the cyber environment. Minsan, tinatawag din itong cyber security and kaya naman IT or information technology security. Computer security is a way to prevent unauthorized actions by users of a computer. So, ibig sabihin, para ma-block or madepensahan ang computers mula sa mga cyber attackers like hackers na may mga masamang motibo or pansariling intention, prevention is better than cure, ika nga nila. Securing computers is a must and it is the key to protect it. Important use in computer security. It is to avoid computer being in unwanted situations such as vulnerability, backdoors, denial of service attack, direct access attack, eavesdropping, spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, exploits, and indirect attacks. So, ang 11 na nabanggit ay mga epekto ng unsecured computer. Ngayon, isa-isahin natin kung ano nga ba ang mga ito. So, let's begin with vulnerability. From the word itself, vulnerable meaning marupok, kahinaan, mahina. Diba kung mahina ang isang bagay, mas madaling atakehin ng mga mapagsamantalang tao. Like for an example, if you are gaming in ML or Mobile Legends, saan mo i-attack ang kalaban? Sa time bang mas malakas ang kalaban or dun sa part na mahina? O di syempre dun ka sa mahina. Kasi nga, mas malaki ang possibility na matatalo ang depensa ng kalaban. Ganon din sa computers. Gagalaw ang mga attackers kapag na-notice nila na mahina ang security ng computers. There are three elements of vulnerability. A system susceptibility. Example nito, nagkakaroon ng sira, like hindi nagpa-function ng maayos. And gaya ng nabanggit ko kanina, attacker can access the flaw and attacker capable to exploit the flaw. Therefore, vulnerability is the attacker's surface. Vulnerability management is the cyclical practice of identifying, remediating, and mitigating vulnerabilities. Ibig sabihin, paikot-ikot lang ang status ng computers. Kumbaga, if na-identified and naayos na regular ng may-ari ang kahinaan ng kanyang computers and devices nang mas maaga, maiiwasan na ma-access ng attackers. Pero kung napabayaang mahina ang security, tiyak na pagsasamantalahan talaga ng attackers. Next, backdoors. Isa itong pamamaraan ng mga hackers na i-attack ang system ng isang device o computer. Backdoor, kung i-relate natin sa buhay ng isang tao, kapag gustong pumasok or lumabas sa isang lugar nang hindi dapat nalalaman ng iba, di ba kadalasan sa likod dumadaan? So, sa computers, ang backdoor thing ay related din. Attackers bypassing with normal authentication, securing remote access to a computer, obtaining access to plain text while attempting to remain undetected. Ibig sabihin, ang backdoors ay isang way ng hackers na makadaan sa system, madaling makapasok, at naa-access dahil hindi masyado or hindi humihingi talaga ang system ng authenticity kasi nga mahina ang security. Kaya walang kamalay-malay ang owner ng device na ini-a-attack na pala ang kanyang system. Kaya to avoid this unwanted situation, we need to secure our computers. Denial of service attack. Ito naman ay isang attack din. Denial of service attack. Ito ay isang attack din. Ang kaibahan lang ay hindi siya tulad ng iba na ina-access ng hacker ang system for gaining files or to satisfy his needs in the system. But in denial of service attack, ito ay isang attack to shut down the machine or network, making it inaccessible to its intended users. An example of this is used to flood a target system with network requests. Yung isang email links na nare-receive natin na ang laman pala ay virus. Then, if the owner opens it, then boom! Shut down na pala ang device at hindi na maa-access muli. Dito naman tayo sa direct access attacks. Kung yung kanina, ang denial service attacks, the intention is not gaining from the access of computers. At yun ay gustong i-shut down ang system. Dito naman sa direct access attacks, it is unauthorized gaining physical access to a computer. The intention of the attackers ay makinabang sa nilalaman ng system, katulad ng having access para makita at pakialaman ang files, softwares, or makalagin anytime, and maaari ring mag-input ng listening devices na siyang nagdudulot ng pagkakaroon ng paraan ang attacker to view or listen the communication of device or computer's owner. To defeat this direct access attacks, encrypt the storage media and store the key separate from the system. Now, let's proceed to eavesdropping. It is an act of surreptitiously listening to private conversation. Dito sa eavesdropping, paraan ng attackers upang mapakinggan or basahin ang private conversation mayroon ang may-ari ng device or computer. Ito ay naranasan ko na when the time that I don't know how to secure my Facebook account. Nagtataka ako dati if bakit noon hindi ko pa nasisin yung chat sa akin pag may nag-chat pero mark as asin na. Yun pala is nauunahan ako ng hacker. Then, ayun, may napagkwentuhan ako and he told me that someone got hacked my account. And ayun, I secured it. Next is spoofing. It is an attack or trick by masquerading as a legitimate entity. So, an example of this is yung mga poser. Kinakopy ang identity ng isang tao to create account para gamitin for unwanted matters like paninira, crimes, and so on. So, mag-iingat tayo sa pag-expose ng personal informations, lalo na sa mga harmful links or website na nangihingi or nagre-require ng mga biodata like names, birthdays, and etc. para ma-open ito. Be careful dahil hindi natin alam, kadalasan modus pala ng mga attackers yun to copy our identity. Now, let's move on to tampering, an intentional modification of products in a way that would make them harmful to consumers. Ito ay kadalasang nangyayari sa mga businesses, like when competitors may insert files na siyang cause to modify or manipulate the product or information ng company to destroy its image sa mga customers. Next, repudiation. A situation where the authenticity of a signature is being challenged. Ibig sabihin, ang repudiation naman ay may kinalaman sa pamemeke ng mga pirma. Ngayong we are very inclined with technologies, signature authenticity is kinda difficult to identify dahil may mga e-signature or electronic signature, diba? So, ang attackers ay maaaring kadalasan ay madali para sa kanila to duplicate at pekehin ang signatures dahil sa technology. Information disclosure. It is a privacy breach or data leak. A situation where information is being released in an untrusted environment. Information disclosure ang tawag sa attack na kung saan ang mga information or private information na mayroon sa computer or devices ay nailantad sa harmful and untrusted cyber environment. It is elevated of privilege of attacker, a situation where person or a program want to gain elevated privileges or access to resources that are normally restricted to him. Ibig sabihin, kapag na-open ang data or information, example, ikaw yung attacker, o diba syempre dadakmahin yan. Kapag na-expose ang information, mas magkakaroon ng privilege ang attacker na i-access ito. Another one, exploits. A piece of software, a chunk of data that takes advantage of a software bug or glitch. Ito ay isang paraan din ng hacker to attack the computer. Madaling may exploit if mahina ang security system. na isasagawa ito sa pamamagitan ng pag-i-input ng file na may virus na nagdudulot ng bug or glitch. Kapag may bug or glitch ang system of the user's computer, di ito nagfa-function, and then it is the advantage of the attacker to perform his intention sa system. The code of exploit program is frequently reused in Trojan horses and computer viruses, which are both destructives. Dito naman tayo sa indirect attacks. It is an attack launched by the third-party computer. So, ibig sabihin, indirect means hindi siya sa mismong main computer nagaganap ang atake. Ngunit, galing ito sa third-party computer or sa madaling sabi, sa ibang computer. Nangyayari ito kapag ang computer ay connected sa ibang computer, katulad na lamang sa ating mga social media accounts. Halimbawa, nakalagin ito sa inyong computer, then nakalagin pa ito sa inyong cellphone. If you log in to the other devices, maliban sa inyong mga sariling devices, there is the chance for them to access it. It is difficult to track down the actual attacker. Kasi nga third party, di ba? Kung i-relate natin sa buhay ng tao, for example, si Boy may 2 babae. O, 'di ba, kadalasan mahirap alamin if sino sa kanila ang mahal and sino ang third party. Ganon din sa indirect attacks. Mahirap i-track down ang third party computer. Mas mahirap i-track down lalo na if passive ang attacker. Ang 11 na nabanggit kanina ay the effect and product of unsecured computer and devices. Laging tandaan that computer crimes refers to any crime that involves a computer or a network. So, if we don't want to be put on unwanted situation and to prevent to become a victim of any cyber crimes, securing our computer and devices is the key.
Hello everyone, I'm Lorna B. Padre and I will discuss my topic, Top 10 Cybercrime Prevention Tips. Use a strong password. Para sa mga nakahiwalay na account, gumamit ng iba't ibang kombinasyon ng user ID o password at huwag isulat ang mga ito. Gawing mas mahirap matandaan ang mga password sa pamamagitan ng pagsama-sama ng mga titik, numero at special na karakter o kabuuan ng hindi bababa sa 10 karakter at pagbabago sa mga ito ng madalas. Secure your computer. Active your firewall. Ang mga firewall ay unang linya ng proteksyon sa cyber world. Pinipigilan nila ang mga koneksyon sa hindi kilalang o peking mga site at pinipigilan ang mga virus at hacker. Use antivirus o malware software. Sa paggawa nito, maaari mong pigilan ang malware na makalusot sa iyong laptop. Dapat na regular na naka-install at naka-update ang software sa antivirus. Block spyware attacks. Pigilan ang spyware na makalusot sa iyong computer sa pamamagitan ng pag-install at pag-update ng anti-spyware software. Be social media savvy. Tiyaking nakatakda sa pribado ang iyong mga profile sa social networking, halimbawa Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at iba pa. Suriin ang iyong mga setting ng seguridad. Mag-ingat kung anong impormasyon ang ipopost mo online. Kapag ito ay nasa internet, ito ay naroroon na magpakailanman. Secure your mobile devices. Magkaroon ng kamalayan na ang iyong mobile devices ay mahina sa mga virus at mga hacker. Mag-download ng mga application mula sa mga pinagkakatiwalaang mapagkukunan. Install the latest operation system updates. Panatilihin ang pinakabagong mga update sa system para sa iyong mga app at operation system, halimbawa Windows, Mac, Linux, upang maiwasan ang mga potensyal na pag-atake sa mga lumang software, iyon ang mga otomatikong pag-upgrade. Protect your data. I-encrypt ang iyong pinaka-sensitibong files gaya ng mga tax return o mga dokumento sa financial at regular na i-backup ang lahat ng mahalagang data mo at i-store ito sa ibang lugar. Secure your wireless network. Ang mga Wi-Fi o wireless na network sa bahay ay mahina sa panghihimasok kung hindi ito maayos. Secure, suriin at baguhin ang mga default na setting. Ang pampublikong Wi-Fi aka hotspot ay mahina rin. Iwasang magsagawa ng mga transaksyon o pinansyal na korporasyon sa mga network na ito. Protect your e-identity. Maging maingat sa pagbibigay ng personal na impormasyon tulad ng iyong pangalan, address at numero ng telepono sa internet. Tiyaking secure ang mga website, halimbawa kapag bumili online na enable mo ang mga setting ng privacy para sa mga social networking site. Avoid being scam. Palaging mag-isip bago ka mag-click sa isang link o file na hindi alam ang pinagmulan. Huwag tumugon sa mga email na humihingi sa iyong i-verify ang iyong impormasyon o kumpirmahin ng iyong user ID o password. Huwag mapilitan ng anumang mga email at palaging suriin ang pinagmulan ng isang email bago ito i-click. Call the right person for help. Kung kailangan mo ng tulong sa pagpapanatili o pag-install ng software sa iyong computer, kumonsulta sa isang service provider o isang sertipikong computer technician, iulat ang anumang kahina-hinalang aktibidad sa iyong lokal na pulisya. Computer Security Triad. 3 traditional areas of computer security. First, confidentiality. Ang mga otorisadong tao lamang ang makakabasa ng protektadong impormasyon. Second, integrity. Ang mga otorisadong tao lamang ang maaaring sumulat o magbago ng protektadong impormasyon. Third, availability. Maaaring basahin o isulat ang mga otorisadong tao ang impormasyon o sa napapanahong paraan. Confidentiality. Ang pagiging confidential ay tumutukoy sa pagprotekta sa impormasyon mula sa pag-access ng mga hindi otorisadong partido. Sa madaling salita, tanging ang mga otorisadong gawain ito ang makakakuha ng access sa sensitibong data. Example, sinasabi dito, isipin ng iyong mga tala sa bangko. Dapat ay ma-access mo sila, syempre, at ang mga empleyado sa bangko na tumutulong sa iyo sa isang transaksyon ay dapat na ma-access ang mga ito, ngunit hindi dapat ma-access ng iba. Ang kabiguang mapanatili ang pagiging confidential, nangangahulugan na ang isang taong hindi dapat magkaroon ng access ay nakuha ito sa pamamagitan ng sinasadyang pag-uugali o pamamagitan ng aksidente. Ang ganitong kabiguan sa pagiging confidential, karaniwang kilala bilang isang paglabag, karaniwang hindi dapat lutasin. Ang ganitong kabiguan sa pagiging confidential, karaniwang kilala bilang isang paglabag at karaniwang hindi maaaring lutasin. Kapag nabunyag na ang sikreto, wala nang paraan para i-reveal ito. Kung ang itong mga bank record ay maipost sa isang pagpublikong website, malalaman ng lahat ang mga bank account, number, balanse at iba pang mga impormasyon. Iyon ay hindi mabubura sa kanilang mga isip, papel, computer at iba pang mga lugar. Halos lahat ng mga pangunahing insidente sa seguridad na inulat sa media ngayon ay nasasangkot sa malaking pagwala sa pagiging confidential. Tools for handling confidentiality. Physical access restriction. Ito ay isang uri ng pisikal na seguridad na idinisenyo upang paghigpitan o payagan ang pag-access sa isang partikular na lugar o gusali. Computer thief precaution or alarm, etc. Take this precaution to keep your laptop and the information stored on it safe. Access control in the computer system. System access control is a security technique that regulates who or what can view or use resources in the computing environment. It is a fundamental concept in security that minimizes risk to the business or organization. Bug-free program is a rock-solid understanding of the code you write. To write bug code, you first have to learn how to prove that a piece of code works. Law concerning data privacy. In Republic Act No. 10-173, otherwise known as the Data Privacy Act, is a law that seeks to protect all forms of information, be it private, personal, to sensitive. It is meant to cover both natural and juridical persons involved in the processing of personal information.
Hi, I am Shanila Jana N. Paggao and I'm going to report the different types of encryption. May dalawang pangunahing uri ng encryption at ito ay ang tinatawag na symmetric encryption at asymmetric encryption. Ano nga ba ang asymmetric encryption? Ito ay isang sistema kung saan ginagamit ang dalawang susi para i-encrypt at i-decrypt ang data. Ang isang susi ay pampubliko at ang isa naman ay pangpribado, na nangangahulugan na ang taong may pribadong susi lamang ang makakabasa ng anumang naka-encrypt na impormasyon. Kilala rin ito bilang public key encryption. Ano ang symmetric encryption? Ito ay ang pinakalumang uri ng crypto system na ginamit noong World War II upang i-encrypt ang mga mensahe. Gumagamit ang symmetric encryption ng iisang susi na parehong ibinabahagi ng tagatanggap at nagpapadala. Ibig sabihin, kung may humarang sa iyong mensahe ay mababasa rin nila ito dahil alam nila kung paano ito i-decrypt. Ang pag-encrypt ay ang proseso ng paggamit ng isang algorithm upang ibahin ang anyo ng impormasyon upang hindi mabasa ng mga hindi autorisadong gumagamit. Ang cryptanalyst ay isang taong nag-aaral ng encryption at naka-encrypt na mensahe na sinusubukang hanapin ang mga nakatagong kahulugan upang masira ang isang encryption. Ang diffusion ay pinatataas nito ang kalabisan ng plain text sa pamamagitan ng pagpapakalat nito sa mga row at column. Ang confusion naman ay isang pamamaraan para matiyak na ang ciphertext ay walang pahiwatig tungkol sa orihinal na mensahe. Ang substitution cipher ay karaniwang binubuo ng pagpapalit ng bawat plaintext na karakter para sa ibang ciphertext na karakter. Ano nga ba ang monoalphabetic cipher? Ang monoalphabetic cipher o kilala bilang simple substitution cipher na kung saan ang bawat titik ng plaintext ay pinapalitan ng isa pang titik ng alpabeto. Gumagamit ito ng fixed key na binubuo ng 26 na letra ng isang shuffled alphabet. Sa polyalphabetic cipher, bawat paglitaw ng isang karakter ay maaaring may iba't ibang kapalit. Ang ugnayan sa pagitan ng isang karakter sa plaintext at ciphertext ay isa sa marami. Sa AutoKey cipher, ang susi ay stream ng mga subkey kung saan ginagamit ang subkey upang i-encrypt ang kaukulang karakter sa plaintext. Sa Playfair cipher, ang secret key ay gawa sa 25 karakter na nakaayos sa 5x5 matrix na mga panuntunan. Isang paraan ng pag-encrypt ng mga posisyon na hawak ng plaintext na karaniwang karakter sa grupo ng mga karakter ay inililipat ayon sa regular na sistema, upang ang ciphertext ay bumubuo ng isang permutasyon ng plaintext. Iyon ay ang pagkasunod-sunod ng mga unit na binasa. In keyless transposition cipher, text is written into a table column by column and transmitted row by row. In keyed transposition cipher, plaintext is divided into group and permutes the character in each group. In combining two approaches, encryption is done in 3 steps. The first one is text is written into a table row by row. The second one is permutation is done by reordering the column. The third one is new table is read column by column.
So the first one is integrity. What does integrity mean? Integrity in the context of computer system refers to method of ensuring that data is real, accurate, and safeguarded from unauthorized user modification. So integrity is one of 5 pillars of information assurance or IA. The other 4 are authentication, availability, confidentiality, and non-repudiation. Data integrity maintenance is an information security requirement. Integrity is a major IA component because users must be able to trust information. Untrusted data is devoid of integrity. Stored data must remain unchanged within an information system or IS, as well as during data transport. So the second one is different tools for integrity. there are 5 best file integrity monitoring tools. So the first one is the SolarWinds Security Event Manager or the free trial. And the second one is the Datadog Security and Compliance Monitoring. And the third one is the Manage Engine Event Analyzer. And the fourth is the OSSEC. And the fifth one or the last one is the Netwix Auditor. So first, let me define what is SolarWinds Security or the free trial. So it offers forensic level auditing or the automotive file restoration and compliance reports for all major standards. So the next one is the Datadog Security. Offers a flexible cloud-based monitoring system that can encompass file, infrastructure, application, and the servers. So the next one is the Manage Engine, which is monitor both files as well as end user behavior to detect compromised accounts proactively. So the fourth one is the OSSEC, open source HIDS file integrity monitoring the system. So the last one is the Netwix Auditor, which can monitor files for changes as well as assist admin in demonstrating compliance and auditing process controls internally. So the next one is the cryptography. So first, let me define what is the meaning of cryptography. So it is the study of secure communication techniques that allow only the sender and the intended recipient of a message to view its contents. The terms is derived from the Greek word kryptos, which means hidden. So there are top 5 cryptography tools. So the first one or the number 1 is the key-based authentication. Number 2 is the Docker. Number 3 is the Java cryptography architecture. Number 4 is the sign tool. And the last one is the blockchain. So the last one is the different tools of availability. So first, let me define what is the meaning of availability. Availability is the heart of IT service management. It has the greatest responsibility in determining IT service value. So it is one of 3 information security pillars under the CIA approach. That's why it is understandable when customers like anti-cost commotion. If availability is not treated with the care it should have, particularly if the service provider is slow and unclear is communicating in the indicate and resolution efforts. So based on my research, there are 4 availability management tools. So the first one is the IT component downtime, data captured and recording. So this is the captured and recording of data pertaining the IT component downtime or planned and unplanned is a key requirement for the forecasting and reporting of availability. And the second one is the report generation and statistical analysis. So reporting and analysis tools are required for the manipulation of data stored in the various databases utilized by availability management. So the third one is the availability modeling. So it is modeling tools are required for the forecast availability and to assess the impact of the changes to the IT infrastructure. So the last one is the system management. So tools are an essential building block for IT services that require a high level of availability or to see figure 8.9 and can provide an invaluable role in reducing the amount of downtime.
Basic security concept of computer. So there are types of computer security such as application security, information security, network security, endpoint security, and internet security. So first is the application security. Application security is a type of cybersecurity which developing application by adding security features within applications to prevent from cyber threats. The threat can be SQL injection, denial of service or DOS attack, data breaches, or other cyber attack. There are some application security tools such as firewalls, antivirus software, encryption, web application firewall, and other security devices which can help to prevent from cyber attacks. So there are categories of application threats. Here are the most common categories of application threats related to software or application. So first is the input validation or data validation. It is the process of correct testing of any input that is provided by a user. So it is difficult to detect a malicious user who is trying to attack the software or the application. So it should check and validate all input data which will enter into a system. So here are the list of some of vulnerabilities that could be solved just by validating input. First is the buffer overflow. Second, SQL injection. Third, denial of service or DOS attacks. Cross-site scripting and information disclosure. So the second category of application security is the authorization. So authorization is a security mechanism which used to determine the privilege or access of a system resources such as computer programs, files, services, and data and application features. So the third category of application security is the session management. Session management is a process used by the web container to secure multiple requests to a service from the same user or entity. So there are two types of session management, which is the one-based and URL rewriting. So a web administrator uses session management to track the frequency of visits to an application and movement within the site. So here is the list of some session related to vulnerabilities such as hijacking session, replaying session, and man in the middle. So the fourth category of application security is the parameter tampering. So parameter tampering is a technique which malicious hackers attempt to compromise an application through manipulating parameters in the URL string. So parameter tampering is a simple attack targeting the application business logic in order to modify application data such as users, credentials, and permissions, price, and quantity of the products. So example is a shopping site uses hidden fields or to refer its item. So here, an attacker can modify to alter the value information of a specific item, thus lowering its cost. So the parameter manipulation related threats like query manipulating, query string, form, field, and cookie or HTTP header. So the second computer security is the information security. So information security is a type of computer security which refers to the process and methodology to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of computer system from unauthorized access, use, modification, and distractions. So, the information security focuses on the CIA triad model, which is to ensure confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data without affecting the organization productivity. So, the third computer security is the network security. So, network security is the other types of IT security, which is the process of preventing and protecting against unauthorized intrusion and computer networks. So, it is a set and configurations which designed to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and accessibility of computer network system and information using the software and hardware technologies. So, In network security, there are many methods to improve network security system, and here we have mentioned the most common network security components. So first is the antivirus software, application security, behavioral analytics, data loss prevention or DLP, email security, firewalls, and the other is the mobile devices security, network segmentation, security information and event management, virtual private network or VPN, web security, wireless security, and network access control or NAC. So the fourth computer security is the endpoint security. It is a human error in a major weak point which is easily exploited by cyber criminals. Endpoint users becoming the largest risk or the largest security risk in any organizations. However, end users has no fault of their own, and mostly due to the lack of awareness and ICT policy. They can unintentionally open the virtual gates to cyber attacks. So that's why comprehensive security policies, producers, and protocols have to be understood in depth by users who accessing the sensitive information. It is better to provide security awareness training program that should cover the following, which is the cyber security threats, phishing and social engineering attack, password creation and usage, device security, and physical security. So the last computer security is the internet security. So internet security is the important types of computer security which has defined as process to create set of rules and actions to protect computer systems that are connected to the internet. So it is a branch of computer security that deals specifically with internet-based threats such as hacking, computer viruses, denial of services attacks, and malware. So first is the hacking. Hacking refers to the activities that exploit the following, which is the cyber security threats, phishing and social engineering attack, password creation and usage, device security, and physical security. So the last computer security is the internet security. So internet security is the important types of computer security which has defined as process to create set of rules and actions to protect computer systems that are connected to the internet. So it is a branch of computer security that deals specifically with internet-based threats such as hacking, computer viruses, denial of services attacks, and malware. So first is the hacking. Hacking refers to the activities that exploit a computer system or a network in order to gain unauthorized access or control over systems for illegal purpose. So hacker is a person who finds weaknesses and exploits the vulnerability in a computer systems or network to gain an access. So the second is the computer viruses. A computer virus is a software program that can spread from one computer system to another computer without any user's knowledge and performs malicious actions. So there are different types of computer virus such as boot sector virus, direct action virus, resident virus, macro virus, file infector virus, browser hijacker, polymorphic virus, web scripting virus. So a computer virus may spread on your computer and other devices as the following ways, such as download software or files, email attachment, phishing emails, external devices, and other is the online advertisement. So the third is the denial of service attacks or DOS attack. So DOS attack is an attack that shut down a system and making it inaccessible to the users.
It occurs when an attacker prevents the legitimate users from accessing a specific computer system and devices and other resources. In addition, DOS attack typically flooding a target system with requests and normal traffic is unable to be processed, resulting the denial or DOS attackers to the users. So lastly is the malware. Malware is a sort of malicious software that is typically consists of software program or the code. It is developed by the cyber attackers which are designed to extensive damage to data and systems. The malware is delivered in the form of the link or file over the email, and it requests the use to click or the URL link or to open the file to execute the malware. So there are different types of malware such as computer viruses, spyware, ransomware, and worms, Trojan horses, and adware or any type of malicious code. I'm Kathleen Rasdas-Kitola, the reporter of the basic security concept of the computer. That's all. Thank you. Good day.
Law concerning cybercrime. The Republic Act Number 10175, known as the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, is a consolidation of Senate Bill Number 2796, proposed by the former Senator Edgardo Angara, in the House Bill Number 5808, authored by Susan Yap of the 2nd District of Tarlac. This was finally passed by the Senate and the House of Representatives on June 5 and June 4, 2012, respectively. It was signed into the law by the former President Benigno Aquino III on September 12, 2012. The objectives of this act are to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information and data online, and to penalize the act of misuse, abuse, and illegal access to information and communication technology. The cybercrime offenses stated in this bill are offenses against the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of computer data and systems, computer-related offenses, and content-related offenses. Under the offenses against confidentiality, integrity, and availability of computer data and system are illegal access, illegal interception, data interference, system interference, misuse of device, and cyber squatting. Illegal access: the access to the whole or any part of the computer system without right. Best example for this is the hacking, wherein a person who does not have a permission to connect to or use a system gains an entry in a manner unintended by the system owner. Legal interception: the interception made by the technical means without right of any non-public transmission of computer data to, from, or within a computer system, including electromagnetic emission from a computer system carrying such computer data. An example of illegal interception is a man-in-the-middle attack, which enables an offender to eavesdrop to the communication of the sender and the receiver, and or impersonate the sender and receiver and communicate on their behalf. Data interference: the intentional or reckless alteration, damaging, deletion, or deterioration of computer data, electronic document, or electronic data message without right, including the introduction or transmission of viruses. A person commits a criminal offense of interference with computer data when he or she damages, deletes, or alters computer data without right. System interference: the intentional alteration or reckless hindering or interference with functioning of a computer or computer network by inputting, transmitting, damaging, deleting, deteriorating computer data or program without right or authority. According to Maras 2016, an example of system interference is a denial of service attack or DOS attack. A DOS attack interference with the system by overwhelming servers and/or intermediaries with requests to prevent legitimate traffic from accessing a site and/or using a system. Misuse of device. A person commits a criminal offense of misuse of device when he or she, without the right and intent of the device to be used on purpose of. Cyber squatting. The acquisition of a domain name over the internet in bad faith to profit, mislead, destroying reputation, and deprive others from registering the same. Example of this is that registering Starbucks organization if it hadn't been registered by the trademark owner, attempting to sell any top-level domain featuring Starbucks after having no intent to legitimately use the website.
A pleasant afternoon to everyone, specially to you, sir. My name is Diane May User, the last reporter of the group, so I will discuss my topic, which is computer-related offenses. So first, computer-related forgery. Computer-related forgery involves impersonation of legitimate individuals, authorities, agencies, and other entities online. Cybercriminals can impersonate people from legitimate organizations and agencies. The email sender pretends to be from a legitimate organization or agency in attempt to get user to trust the content. Related fraud, ang pandaraya sa computer ay isang cybercrime at ang pagkilos ng paggamit ng computer upang kumuha o baguhin ang electronic data o upang makakuha ng illegal na paggamit ng isang computer system sa Estados Unidos. Ang computer fraud ay particular na ipinagbabawal ng act na ginagawang kriminal ang mga gawaing nag-uugnay sa computer sa ilalim ng federal na jurisdiction. Hacking into a computer system to illegally access personal information such as credit cards or social security numbers. Computer-related theft. Computer refers to an electronic, magnetic, optical, electrochemical, or either data processing or communications device. It covers devices with data processing capabilities like mobile phones, smartphones, computer networks. It's punish those who acquire or use such as underlying information without right implicitly to cause damage.
So let's proceed to the content-related offenses.
Cybersex. Mayroong talakayan sa bagay na ito kung ito ay nagsasangkot ng mga mag-asawa o mga taong may karelasyon na nakikisali sa cybersex. For as long as it is not done for favor or consideration, I don't think it will be covered. However, if one party is claiming to be forced to do cybersex, then it can be covered under the act. Child pornography. Ang pornografiya ng bata ay tinuturing na anumang paglalarawan ng isang menor de edad na nakikibahagi sa sexual na pag-uugali kahit na ang pagpapalit ng larawan o video upang ito ay mukhang menor de edad ay may tuturing na child pornography. Felicitating a sexual performance by a child with alcohol or a controlled substance in the most serious child pornography offense. Penalty to be imposed shall be 1 degree higher than the provided for in Republic Act 9775 in committed through a computer system. Unsolicited commercial communication. Ang mga hindi hinihinging komersyal na communication na spam ay hindi labag sa batas gaya ng isinasaad ng desisyon ng Korte Suprema kung saan kriminal ng korte ang nauugnay na probisyon sa ilalim ng Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 na ginagawa itong isang parusang law. Libel. A libel committed by means of writing, printing, lithography, engraving, radio, photograph, painting, cinematographic excision, or any similar means shall be punished by prison, correctional, fine ranging from 200 to 6,000 pesos or both. May also be imposed, ang parusang ipapataw ay dapat na isang antas na mas mataas kaysa sa itinatadhana ng binagong penal code, gaya ng sinusugan at mga espesyal na batas kung ano ang maaaring mangyari. aiding or abetting in the commission of cybercrime. Pagkukulong ng isang degree na mas mababa kaysa sa itinatakdang parusa para sa pagkakasala ng multang hindi bababa sa 100,000 piso, ngunit hindi higit sa 500,000 piso. Bilang karagdagan, ang Section 6 sa kondisyon na ang parusang ipapataw ay dapat na 1 degree na mas mataas kaysa sa itinatadhana ng binagong Kodigo Penal gaya ng sinusugan at mga espesyal na batas ayon sa sitwasyon. Furthermore, Section 7 thereof provides ang pag-uusig sa ilalim ng batas ng cybercrime ay dapat na walang pagkiling sa anumang pananagutan para sa paglabag sa anumang probisyon ng binagong penal code gaya ng mga espesyal na batas. Section 8. Ang paglabag sa seksyong ito ay maaaring parusahan ng multang hindi higit sa $2,000 o pagkakulong ng 1 taon. Any violation if a domestic corporation shall be operate a forfeiture of its franchise, if by a foreign corporation, association, or organization as a discontinuance of its rights to do business in Commonwealth.